Hello, Facebook family, YouTube family. We have arrived, and I want to welcome you to the show once again. Today, we're going to be talking about grieving. A lot of people have lost a lot of people in their lives, and so we just wanted to begin to have the conversation about that. And so we just want you to just sit back, relax, and kind of enjoy the show. We're going to be having our guests coming in. So, welcome to the show. Thank you. Okay, all right. We want to welcome everybody to the show. Sorry for the technical difficulties that we've been having. Um, just want to welcome everybody. We're glad to have everybody aboard and involved in what we're doing. Thank you so much for the support, and thank you so much for the support. We appreciate you. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about grieving. We've been losing a lot of people in our communities. A lot of people have been passing away. And so I wanted to talk about a few things. I've personally had a few friends that have passed away, over the last year due to COVID and just health issues that they've acquired over the years. And some of them, some of the issues haven't been really dealt with because of the hospital. Um, People being scared to going inside the hospital and getting service, and just people going through mental issues, just trying to cope with situations. Um, it's a very tough situation, and I spoke yesterday about a lot of my friends passing away, and I know a lot of us are going through that right now. And dealing with people that we've known for years passing away, and it's definitely a tragedy, you know. And my heart goes out to um, Gerald G just passed away, um, a good friend of mine in Yonkers. So I want to give a special shout out to the family, um, and just want to express love to them. We just hope that everything works out well, and I hope that this segment here can give a little bit of information about grieving. Sometimes it's too soon. And people aren't ready uh, to change that hurt feeling, to keep on expressing it in the way they talk to people, you know, the relationships that they get into. Uh, and I don't think people really realize, you know, that a lot of the problems that they're having socially, um, a lot of problems that they're having socially, is affecting them because of, you know, a lot of stuff, bent up problems and bent up anger, and you know, we have to learn how to get away from that feeling, and kind of change the way we think about things. And I know that it's hard for people to actually change, and you know, people get stuck in their ways, but you know, we really have to learn how to not, you know, get stuck in our ways, and kind of come out of things um, with grace. And I don't mean this segment is not put together to as something to force people, because you know, some people, you know, may get offended and say, well, you know, I'm not ready for this, I'm not ready for that. And you know, I can understand that, you know, but we really have to take a inventory of ourselves on a constant basis, on our actions and our, you know, our ways, you know, our, you know, on an everyday basis. Because if you don't do that, then you're gonna continue the cycle, and either you're gonna keep attracting the same kind of negative people, or you're not gonna have positive people in your life. You know, I mean, people hurt for years, you know, because they haven't said I love you, or they wasn't there before they passed away. And you know, I get it. It's hard, you know, and that's why, you know, it's good to give people their flowers while they're here, you know, and don't wait for them to pass away. Um, you know, so it's very important for that. And like I said, my heart goes out to everyone that has lost someone. You know, I've lost my brother, and that is a difficult thing, you know, to deal with sometimes. And so, you know, we have to begin the process of healing. Uh, and it's not an easy process, but it's not a long term process either. Um, you know, we can't continuously beat on yourself day in and day out. I should have did this, I should have did that. You know, only if we would have seen each other, or you know, before, um, you know, they passed away. I mean, there's so many different excuses for us to continue, you know, these abnormal actions. And what happens is that it rubs off on other people as well. You know, so we have to be very careful on how we direct our energy. You know, if you want to keep friends in your life, if you want to keep people in your life, if you want to get in a relationship again, you have to let go. You have to fix what has been broken, and try to move on, and try to, you know, you look at it like this. You know, my brother passed away. You know, he was the technical guru to me. He was the person that, you know, I looked up to. You know, he had a lot of belief in me and belief in the stuff that I do. You know, he's seen a lot of my uh, productions, and he praised me on it. And, you know, our relationship wasn't always a good relationship. You know, we had our ups and downs, you know, but me as a person that is real, and it has been in places where people have suffered, um, I'm able to come back and say, you know what? When I look at the people in the street and what they're going through, it's nothing compared. You can't compare it with, you know, the life that you live with your family. Now, don't get me wrong. Some family, you have to, sometimes people may feel like you have to leave them alone, and sometimes you do. Sometimes you have to give some people some space. But the the way things are going now, people are passing away. You know, it's time for us to really change the direction of our people and our communities, and we have to start to work from the inside the house, in changing the directions of where we're going. So I don't want to go too far into that, but I just want to talk more about grieving, and the effects um, of grieving, and how it can affect your daily life, and how it can affect your body, and how it can affect you, period. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to today, I was expecting to have some people coming in, but that's okay. We just continue to go. We have to keep going and stay focused. I just want to let everyone, and some people might come in today, so I'm going to wait for them to chime in. Um, Again, we're in a very serious time right now. A lot of people look at this COVID as, you know, uh, just a disease, but it's a war. And we have to understand there's going to be casualties in war, and we have to understand that we have to um, do what's right to protect ourselves um, from all these variants, and all these you know um, sicknesses that's plaguing the community. If you look back in time, there was something called the Spanish, I think it's a Spanish plague or something like that. You guys can correct me. I don't want to say Spanish fly plague, because that's a whole nother level. Um, the Spanish flu, yeah. So and that wiped out a lot of people. So again, there's a lot of people that we did not expect to pass away, that have passed away. My heart goes out to everybody in Yonkers. Um, we lost a lot of people. Um, in the Bronx, my other hometown, we lost a lot of people. Now, how do we get past this kind of stuff? How do we get past all of this hurt and all of this pain? And I guess you're wondering why I got this guy on the back of my billboard behind me. That's Bishop T.D. Jakes. Now, here's what I'm gonna say this for everybody. Now, see, in life, let me just break it down. Okay, so I think I explained before about religion, and my take on religion, and my feelings about religion. Um, I feel that Christian religion, you know, which I started off in as a young child, apostolic. I was looking at this girl, and then that kind of got me into church, and I was kind of raised in the apostolic churches, which is a really strict church, and they have a lot of rules. Then I ventured off into learning about the Muslim um, uh, beliefs, the 5% beliefs, Nuwabian beliefs, uh, and Buddhist beliefs and stuff like that, Santeria, and all of these other beliefs. I've kind of gotten a kind of an experience in these things. And so what I'm trying to say is that um, it doesn't matter what you believe in. Rhonda, you got to come back, go out and come back in. I don't see your picture. Or I don't know why your picture's not showing. Put on your camera. Okay, there you go. Um, so give me a minute. So so what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter what religion you are. You know, you have when someone speaks, if they're not speaking what you are into or speaking what you believe in, then you don't have to make comments. Oh, he's Christian or he's Muslim and he's this religion. You take what information that you can get out of everybody, right? And you apply it to your life. I'm not going to go around and say, this guy's Muslim, and I don't believe what he says because I read the Quran and I know what the Quran is. There's words in there that make sense, and I can apply it to my life. I want to say welcome, Rhonda, to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today? You gotta unmute your mic, right? Yes. Can you hear me?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling good today. How are
That's
you?
good. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just wanted to do a part two about grieving. Um, so I just wanted to. I was just explaining to everyone that a lot of people have passed away um, in our communities, and there's a lot of people hurting. A lot. A lot of people hurting. A lot of unexpected deaths. And there are people that have been grieving in the past, and they have not yet gotten over that. So let me could just go forward and say, so if you're a 5%er, or if you're Muslim, or whatever religion that you are, whatever you don't believe in this guy, you take it out, and whatever makes sense to you, then you apply it to your life. That's what knowledge is all about. That's what it is to be a king. You understand what I'm saying? A king just doesn't stay on one side and have knowledge about one thing. A king has knowledge of everything. Okay, and so you're able to go to that person and ask for advice, and you know because he is has a knowledge of this and knowledge of that. So yeah. So that's the situation. Um, so I'm going to run this clip, right? And I'm going to I'm going to prep it first just to make sure it's not a clip. It's actually a, um, a kind of a track. And I'm going to just put it up. Just bear with me. So, what do you think about this? What do you think about this grieving thing, Rhonda? I mean, how do you feel? I mean, this is really a lot of people are affected by grieving, by deaths in the family. You know, what is your take on that?
Well, my take on it is, one day at a time, there's really, mm, there's different stages of grieving, you know, there's really no ending to it. Like you're always going to grieve. It's just how you cope with it, on a daily basis. It gets better, I guess, as time goes on.
Is
You
something
know,
covering your mic? Is something covering your mic?
I don't think so.
Okay, just what?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. I think
Okay.
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I think that there's different stages of grieving. I don't think you ever get over grieving. I think that's a life. It's gonna last for a lifetime. You just learn how to cope with it each and every day, better and better. You know, Um, you have the good days and you have the bad days, you know? Um, and you just need to find a good support network, and
Do
talk
you, do
about
you
what you
feel do you feel that like do you feel like there's some people out there that hold on to a lot of hurt and pain, and then they snap at others, because they are in hurt and pain?
Yes, yes, displaced anger. Hurt people hurt people. If you're hurting, of course, you might lash out here and there at somebody, and it's not really meant for that person, but at that moment, they're there, and you know they might get the bite of it, and it's not really personal, but it's just what you're going through at that moment,
Right,
and if the person knows you and they know that you're going through something, they, maybe they should just be mindful, or, you know, just ask you what you're going through at that moment, you know?
right, right. Your microphone's going a little bit in and out. It's not really coming in too clear. I don't know whether I think you have one of those mics that you have to be right up on it. You can't be far away. I think that's what it is, and it just doesn't come in that clear. But anyway, yeah, no, people do have to be mindful of certain things. But but the thing is, for me, what I'm thinking is that there's a point in time when people have to actually go and try to seek some kind of help, either or on themselves, for themselves, or join a group, or just do something that's going to help fix the issues. Because I think that people can't keep going on doing the same thing, snapping at people, just you can't keep doing that.
Mm,
you know I don't know. I just know a lot of people that have a lot of anger inside, and I'm sure there's people in the street that have died of COVID, and family members, mothers of kids that are out there that's hurting, and they're just going crazy right now. You know, and that's displaced anger. You
yeah.
know, and if
And,
there's
the thing with that, too, also is with COVID going on, like, a lot of the psychiatric places are not really, doing one-on-one. They're doing visual.
right, right,
So they're not really getting the care that, on a one-on-one basis or in a group setting that they need, you know, um, like with the grievance centers and things like that, the grieving group, they're like minimizing them, you know, which they might be 2 hours, now they like 45 minutes. Um, and they're only letting a few in at a time. The waiting lists are like probably phenomenal. So it's like kind of hard, where as though before we had a lot of support networks, and now it's like limited. So now we have to reach out, by other other sources, you
right.
know, other sources. You just have to find other sources, you know.
Yeah, because I think that's important, and I think we spoke about that. Yesterday, I think we said something that we were going to try to, not try to, but put together some kind of a grieving, some kind of a grieving um, situation, a program that can help, the young people, and just anybody, just have be able to communicate like a family, you know. So that's a blessing if we could do that. I think we had one before where I think we had me, you, and um, um, one friend. It was two other friends and John, and Monica. Sometimes that stuff is good, and then you get into, but then you also have a situation where, someone in that group, can't handle it, and they spaz out, become irate. They may start thinking that, things are happening to them, and and the only thing we could do for them is pray for them, and hope that they come back with a better mentality, a better um, response to different, conversations. Um, we're not going to be able to save the world.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
true.
we can only save the people that want to be saved, and we can only save ourselves. And so that's really important.
Yes, and
Uh,
maybe, maybe they need more than just us. Sometimes, like you said, it's not just one person. Maybe they need more. Maybe go to your pastor or, you know, um, relatives or, you know, churches. It's different people, you know, that you can talk to. It's not always um, uniform because everybody's not comfortable
right,
talking, you know, in any kind of setting,
right,
and
right. Everybody's not comfortable talking to certain people. I get that. It's really, it really has to be somebody that is actually, you know have a very good connection with people, and you can feel their energy, and you can feel comfortable with them. So that, I think that is really, really important, to have that comfortability. um I just think that, just like when with my organization Sarver, we try to get to the core of the problem. And the core of the problem is that people lash out because of things they've been through, things, hurt and pains that they harbor inside, and people, we have to change that direction. So let me pull up something. Okay, I'm going to pull up something that talks about. I said to everyone out there, I said that I'm playing something by Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I'm gonna repeat again that he is a bishop, a Christian bishop. And if you are not Christian, that's fine. Just listen to the words. I mean, no matter what religion, we're still the same color. We're still the same people. You know, um, and I'm not even just talking about our people. We're talking about everybody. Every because it's not a color that goes on this grieving situation. It's an everybody thing. You know, um, all people hurt and lash out in every or any situation. So yeah. So I'm going to run this, and I'm going to um, let you guys hear a little bit of what Mr. Bishop T.D. Jake says. Um, and I just want to say, everybody, if you can just subscribe to this channel, and like and ring the bell, so that we can, you can be notified when we do have, these shows that do come on. Um, all of my friends that are on my Facebook page, I'm asking you guys to switch over, because it's not working with Facebook. You know, I can only do but so much with Facebook, um, there's so many limitations. So I need everyone to just slide over to my page, which is Like It Really Is with Bamboo and Friends. Okay, because that's the one that seems to pop up. Like It Really Is with Bamboo and Friends. Okay. slide over to YouTube, um, like that page, and if you're in my group, if you want to be in my group on Facebook, I do put things up on Facebook too as well. So it really, it's I'm just opening up, letting you know all the platforms I'm going to be on. We're also on Twitter at oh, that's another thing. Um, I'm going to switch that one around. So I'm just going to say we're going to leave out Twitter and Instagram right now until I get a base on that one. Um, but we will be on Twitter and Instagram and a few more platforms in the future. If anyone wants to be a part of this program and feels like you have talent, if you have music talent, we'll be showcasing people's talent, singers, dancers, comedians, you know, break dancers. Um, all is welcome. All of my friends from Jersey that are break dancing out there and popping, and come on, let's talk, because we got the Olympics coming up, and they're going to put break dancing in the Olympics, so we're going to have that conversation too as well. um, I think I covered everything. I want to make sure I cover everything before I go to the videotape. Okay, so right, so I have a few pages. um, Maurice Bamboo Thompson. Okay. Um, on Facebook, it's Like It Really Is, Real Talk, slash Real Talk. That's the group, right? And then there's an entertainment page, which also is called Like It Really Is, slash Real Talk. Okay. So if you have a problem, just come back to this page and just open it up and see the video and get the information. If you want to be a part of um, um, the dating game, which will be aired on the Tommy Williams show. Tommy Williams is Wendy Williams' cousin, which is my cousin, and he has a show on YouTube as well. So we would love for you guys to. You'll see me on that page too as well. You can click over and on YouTube and subscribe to Tommy Williams and ring the bell over there too as well, because I'm on there as well. If you look on my page, you'll see me interacting with all kinds of people on his show, and we are family. I love this guy to death. Um, I'm supportive of what he does, and so that's that. All right, so let me just run the audio, and we should be fine because I'm at home. Um, I just need you to mute out.
And emotionally debilitating, prolonged can affect your health, can affect your mind. It can throw off course your other relationships until mommy isn't there for the rest of the kids because of the kids she lost. It can affect the next relationship you have because you really haven't gotten over your past relationship. My wife and I were counseling a couple that were just, forgive this term, hell bent on getting a divorce. So angry and so upset with me. I'm going to divorce and I'm going to walk away. And it's so and so and so and so and so and so and so. And they kept talking, and one of them kept saying to the other and accusing them and attacking them and attacking them and attacking them. I said, if you are going to get divorced, and I'm not counseling you to, and I don't want you to, but if you are going to get a divorce is like a wedding. Nobody gets married to be miserable, and nobody gets divorced to be miserable. What good is it getting a divorce if you're still going to be mad? If you're still going to be angry? If you're still going to be writing notes and sending messages and wondering, did you see him? And who was he with? And what was going on? You are not divorced. I don't care what the paper says. You are still married. You're still married. How long? God says. In our text, we're listening and God challenging the lingering grief of one of the greatest prophets of the Old Testament. In our text, we're listening and God not only challenging the lingering grief of a great prophet, but he asked him, how long will you mourn over a door I have closed and a king I have rejected? How long will you mourn over a marriage that's over, a job that's gone, a house that's been removed, a girlfriend that left, a boyfriend that left? How long? How long will you be angry and guilty and frustrated and bitter and build your whole life around something that is dead? I love how David grieved. He grieved over the death of his child with Bathsheba. As long as the child lived, he prayed and prayed and prayed. And when they told him the child was dead, he got up, he washed his face, he changed his clothes, and he went on with his life. There are some times in your life that you got to get up, wash your face, change your clothes, go on with your life. Life is too short for you to hang around the cemetery grieving over who didn't want you, who left you, who denied you, the job you didn't get, the business you lost, the house that you didn't close on. You cannot spend the rest of your life. How long? You would be shocked at the people who get up every morning with a heart full of grief. If you talk to them very long, you will hear it. For out of the mouth flows the issues of the heart. And it comes out in their speech, and it comes out in their language, and it comes out in that snappy way they confront you, and how they handle you, and how they deal with you. And you think they're mean. They're not really mean. They're still grieving. How long? If you can't say amen, say ouch. How long does it take to get over a person, a place, a thing? How long will you put your future on hold, mulling over your past? How long will you lay here on this ground? Samuel, don't you understand who you are? I did not create you for you to get stuck. I came to get somebody unstuck. I came to get somebody free. I came to get somebody back up on their feet. You cannot spend the rest of your life grieving over who didn't love you, who didn't raise you, who wasn't there for you, who gave you away, who gave you up for adoption. You can't spend it. You're 40 years old. You can't spend. How long? Samuel, you're stuck. And no matter whose church you join, and who you hear preach, and where you go, and how much you fast, God did not create you to be stuck with a heart full of grief.
Okay, that's a lot of that message there, and that's a whole lot of message, and yeah. So, what do you think about that?
Wow, it was deep. It was deep. It was, I mean, like I said, everybody's opinions. I mean, like you said, take what you can from it. What you can't, leave it. What's for you is for you, and what's not is not.
Right. Okay. Um,
It's just that simple because nobody's never gonna agree to disagree. Like no two people have to agree on everything. You understand?
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
Right. I got
Because
you.
you have to respect other people's their opinion is valid. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I think that he was talking more about um you can't go on and go on and go on and go on making this an excuse
as right.
for,
You become
for
victim. You become you're
right,
making yourself a victim. More or less a victim, not a right.
right. So what are we doing in this issue? You know, when you you're first you got to know that that you have an issue. And I think a lot of people they don't have they don't realize number one that they have a problem. And I
No,
think
they do.
you know
They know, they know, but are they willing? That's what I say. They know, but it's how you cope with it. And how far are you willing to actually, when it becomes unbearable, that's when they stop and put a wall up. You understand? And
I'm
like
hearing
I said,
that's not your TV, right?
no,
You got can you move your camera over to the to away from that door? Oh, I don't want to be you know,
show, yo.
all right. So, all right. Yeah, so, you know, basically, you know, there's just a lot of people that don't know, you know, the direction to go when it comes down to making these changes. I'm going to continue to play, you know, what he's talking about, and just we'll keep talking after that.
Okay.
I call it atrophy. I call it atrophy. When you stay in a position too long and you don't move, if I stay like this long enough, when I get ready to straighten up, I won't be able to straighten up because my spine will develop atrophy. Atrophy is a body tissue or an organ. It wastes away, especially as a result of degeneration of cells, or it becomes vegetative and fails to evolve. Without exercise, the muscles deteriorate, and what started out as a decision
Incision.
becomes a paralysis. I got a word for somebody who has got atrophy. You are paralyzed. You've been stuck. You've been stuck not for weeks, not for months, but for years. You've been stuck. You shout about great things coming, but you can't receive great things coming because you still got atrophy over old things that you can't get rid of. And you have lost your ability to straighten yourself up. You have got spiritual atrophy. Who am I talking to? Make some noise in this place because God is getting ready to shake you. He's getting ready to put you in therapy. He's getting ready to open up a door. He's getting ready to open up a door. He's getting ready to open a door.
Yeah, yeah. So, that's another thing that he's talking about. I just wanted to stop and comment on that. Is that a lot of times people don't know that when you have these kind of situations, it can also it can also mess with you body wise. Uh, it can mess with you body wise. You can lose um, you can lose. Okay, so you can be stuck, and it could just you know deform your body, and you could be caught, this way, and you see people walking like this, and they can't move. It's because a lot of that is also mental. Sometimes it could be physical, but it's also mental. The way we walk like this, and sometimes I notice with me is that my shoulders come up. My shoulders come up, and I have to learn how to relax my shoulders. If you notice in some of my shows, I have this, like, it's like a tense thing, and it's because possibly it's overwhelming stuff going on, and for me, what I have to do is I have to learn how to relax, and just relax, let my shoulders drop, and just relax. So that's something that that's important. So what do you feel about the body part, that body situation? um, the body, it causing body ailments, and it also can cause you to die.
Yes, and yes, because your mind is powerful. Like if you constantly tell yourself something, your body's gonna react. Your body feeds off of what you get put in. You know what I mean? So if you're constantly living off of pain, sorrow, slouch, depression, like you're down, you will form into that form. And also you speak things into existence also. You know, the longer you tell yourself something, the longer it becomes a fact.
Mhm.
Change the muscle, change what how they say, change a thought, move a muscle, change a thought. That is what it is.
Right. So I guess what you're saying is that that we can mentally be disturbed by situations that we harbor inside of our mind, and it can affect us. You know, that's like a person that gets too used to being in a wheelchair, but really can walk.
Hey,
The doctor said get up and walk, but you rather sit in that wheelchair because it's comfortable,
correct.
because you don't mind sitting.
Mm,
It's an easy way out.
comfortable. You get comfortable.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah,
Sitting in this, if it's okay for me to sit in this wheelchair and just be
do it.
driven around. You know, So that's where the problem is. People are too comfortable with different things, and that's where we have to change. Um, we're too comfortable about the way we eat. We're too comfortable about the way we're acting, and just in that note, and talking about grieving and people dying, it's just, like I said earlier in the show, that I'm having a lot of people, friends I know, that's dying, and this younger generation that's out here, only thing they're doing is killing themselves off. That's all they're doing. They're killing themselves off, and they're not. Some of them are not even going to make it. They're not going
Exactly.
to make it through. And one of the
They
big,
do it before they even start. They they got a mindset that I'm doomed, so you know what? Nothing's going right anyway, so nothing's gonna be right. Is everything's gonna go wrong? So I'm just gonna make everything around me wrong. So that's what they rear to. And then everything around them is gonna become wrong.
right, and then they're going
And
to go out to the streets, and the only thing they're going to do is get a package, and then they're going to try to sell it on the block, and then they're going to be in the wrong block, the wrong place, in the wrong time, and then this is when the bullets fly, because they think that they're Superman. They think that they can be everywhere. So You know, people are dying, you know, from um, physical problems, but you know, we have people dying for stupidity. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so I mean, it's crazy. You know, dealing with you know, people that have to die, or not people that have to die, people that are dying that don't really have to die. You know,
I wouldn't say stupidity. I would just say that they're closed minded. They don't see the broader things. Like I'm very spiritual, so like the Bible say, live by faith, not by sight. Because once you live by sight, you could get misconstrued with everything that's going on, and you will never see the bigger picture, or you might miss something because you're too focused on what's going on around you in your plain sight. Everything's not plainly seen in front of you. Sometimes you gotta make a curve. Come
yeah,
out of your comfort zone. Come out of your comfort zone.
yeah,
I'm
that's
going to, if you're too comfortable, something's wrong.
uh-huh,
Something's wrong. Because, like with me, I have a lot of disabilities, right?
uh-huh,
One day, you might see me with a motor scooter, right? A motor scooter wheelchair, right? And the next day, I'm walking.
right.
You know why? Because I know it's easy to get in that chair, push that button to keep it moving. But am I willing to do that? No. Because I know if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it. You understand? I will become dependent on that chair. And for that, I will not do.
That's
And
a,
people judge me and they say, oh, I, is there really something wrong with you? Because yesterday I saw you dancing. I saw you was jumping rope. You was swinging your grandkids on the swing. I said, yes, I was. I said,
oh,
you know what? Because I could lay down and feel my pain and stay in it and not never get up.
that's true.
But
I want
am I
to.
living or am I existing?
That's a fact. That's a fact. I just want to stop you real quick 1 second. I want to say what's up to my brother. Step your shirt up, Tony Roan. Step your shirt up. I am unlimited. You know what I'm saying? Go
Yes.
down if you need some shirts done. If you need a hat done, you want some quality stuff. You know, check him out. Hold that. We're gonna finish that conversation, and we're gonna run a commercial for Step Your Shirt Up. Um, but finish saying what you're saying.
Yes, so like I said, I have people looking at me every day, judging me like, oh, I don't know with you, nah, I don't really think nothing's wrong with you. No, there is. But am I going to sit there and allow myself to be what somebody else want me to perceive me to be? No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
If I can go, I'm going to go. And when I can't, I can't. It's just that simple. I have good days and I have bad days. It's just like that.
Right. Right.
Good
Right.
days and bad days. That's it.
And you know, and that's important. Like a lot of, you know, we don't really look into looking to see how our brothers and sisters is doing. You know, we don't check up on people, and that's another thing that we, you know, that we're gonna do is we want to keep checking up on people that we know and see how they doing, see if they still all right. Um, you know, stuff like that, and I think that's important. Um,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do again, people, like I said, Um, my brother here, step your shirt up. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to run the step your shirt up one. Just make sure I got the right one.
Work like a.
All right, all right. Make sure we got the right one here. But like I said, you know, his brother here has been doing his shirts for a long time, and a lot of times we don't support our brothers, and if you're from Yonkers and you know Tony Roan, you already know how he gets down with these shirts. It's no joke. It's not a game. We serious about what we doing. We coming together, and we supporting each other. And I think that's what's important. We all have to support each other. And if we can't do that, then that's a problem. All right. So let me run this. Let me run this here. Just bear with me. We got a couple of them. We got a couple of them. So I wanna make sure I get the right one. Stand by. Again, like I said, he does silk screens, all of that stuff. I'm actually have him on here one day, and he's gonna actually be able to tell you guys, really what he does. And yeah, yeah. Just bear with me, people. Again, we definitely all right, well, let's play this one. This is the one I got. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be doing some commercials. So if people, if you got product and you're a supporter of this program, we definitely gonna run your commercials. So you know, yeah, we definitely going to show your commercials, and so we just want you to check this out. This is my brother. Let's make sure it comes up.
Fly shapes exhibited, whatever you want, please believe you getting it. If it ain't Tone Road, then we uninterested. Glass, you know what up, it's on, open 24 hours, homie, short alone. And I ain't talking about t-shirt, work like a Mexican, customize your size, fit it for your skeleton. New shirt, yep, you damn right. Can you make me a shirt? Any style you like. Yo, how much of the shirt? I'll give you a good price. When can I get my shirts? Whenever you like. Hey, yo, you got them shirts? Yep, you damn right. Can I make me a shirt? Any style you like. Yo, how much of the shirt? I'll give you a good price. When can I get my shirts? Whenever you like. His shirts is better than any of the competition. Listen, he's a veteran. You feeling wrong? Put your shirt on. Them choices like medicine. That's right, now you styling. We present to you from the hood, ghetto elegance. Know with a cop, that's intelligence. Okay, players, now you looking proper. Your shirt brought to you by the t-shirt monster. Hey, yo, you got new shirt? Yup, you damn right. Can you make me a shirt? Any style you like. Yo, how much of the shirts? I'll give you a good price. When can I get my shirts? Whenever you like. Hey, yo, you got new shirts? You damn right. Can you make me a shirt? Any style you like. Yo, how much of the shirts? I give you a good price. When can I get my shirts? Whenever you like. Use a look to stop by. You might be running for the push-up. Believe it's pop.
Okay.
Do you have any photos of the shirts?
Yeah, we do. Actually, give me a minute, and
Your shirt up, word up. I am unlimited, low as hell, distributed, fly shapes exhibited. Whatever you want, please believe you getting it. If it ain't Tone Road, then we uninterested. Glass, you know what up, it's on, open 24 hours, homie, short on, and I talk about t-shirt, t-work, like a Mexican, customize your size, fitting with the shirt. Yep, yeah, right. You make me a shirt. Any style you like, I want you to shirt. I'll give you a good price. When can I get my shirt? Whenever you like. You got new shirts. Yep, yeah, right. Yeah, make me a shirt. Any style you like, I want you to shirt. I'll give you a good price. When can I get my shirt? Whenever you like. Your shirt's better than any other competition. Listen, he's a veteran. You feeling wrong? Put your shirt on. The voice like medicine. That's right, now you styling. We can listen to you from the hood, ghetto elegance. Know what it's about, that's intelligence. Okay, well, now you looking up. Your shirt brought to you by the t-shirt line.
Okay, so yeah, so that's basically something that you got going on. Again, support his brand. Also my man in Atlanta.
Get down, get down, get down, get down. Keep the focus out, cause we all can keep our sodas out. And you don't stop. Party people out there, we got something new for all you fine girls. And all you fellas too. Check it out. And you best believe we're just begun. Cooties got a shot to the TLB, little T, to the funky beat. Listen to me, I got the rhythm in the heart. Well, tap, hop, sound down below. With the 5 MCs got rock below. We got something new, now it's just for you. A little way to make you do your do. So listen to me, what you mean? We'll blow your mind like nitro.
All right. Did y'all get that? Or no?
Not too clear.
It didn't come in clear?
Not clear.
Wait a minute. I think that's the problem. Let me run it back again.
Somebody say, get down, get down, get down, get down. Keep the focus out, cause we all can keep our sodas out. And you don't stop. Party people out there, we got something new for all you fine girls. And all you fellas too.
Okay, so we're gonna go back. I don't know. Did you hear the other ones? I don't know if you heard the other ones, but again, so like I said, step your shirt up. Definitely support the brother, and everything that he's trying to do, and definitely look out for for all the new stuff that he may have coming out. And if you need a shirt or something like that, check. Hey, we got one.
Well, I respect your ambition, really, but you got to have vision. Yeah. Thank you. Oh man, I'm overwhelmed by the love y'all been showing me over these years. I guarantee you I will not let you down. I put that in my life, man, for real. I'm hard as iron and putting it down since 99 and 12 years of straight grinding. I'm the fucking man, and I always gotta stand out. Now you come to me with your hand out, nigga, you wasn't there. This is lessons of an OG that did it big. Know what you reppin', don't make the same mistake Malcolm did. Now they wonder why you X'd out. That's a different topic. I'd rather be chillin' somewhere in the tropics. Behind the mic, I'm a phenom. Nigga got weapons of mass destruction. He set me up with this bomb. Boom. Yeah, he knew I was a terrorist. And he knew my cronies be the terrorists. Keep them on deck, cause shit's real. Bounce a pat me down. It's just still. Let me in. Tearing up the stage the whole night. At the end, everybody was like, yeah, let's give it up for him. You should give it up. You should give it up. Give it up. You should give it up. You should give it up. Give it up. You should give it up. You should give it up.
Okay.
That was juice.
Okay. All right. So yeah, once again, those are my boys. You know what I'm saying? Special shout out to my boy Juice. Special shout out to my boy I Am Unlimited, Tony Roan. You know, all the people in the building. You know? So we appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you guys. And I'm gonna mute your mic because we got too much talking in the background.
I know. So
yeah. So we we definitely want to support him, and if you guys want to, and also the brother, the God sincere Tanky, you know what I'm saying, Riverdale, he's doing his thing in Atlanta. He's got a Mo Better Southern food, and we got Juice the MC. He's providing audio skills and visual skills. Okay, all right, sicker than most. Yes, the whole squad, definitely. Yes, definitely. We definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that from the mud, the crew. And so let's get back to our conversation, and let's run something else here. Okay. So Rhonda.
Yes.
So as we continue the conversation about the grieving, are there some places? There are some places that people can go to when they have problems, or they having these hurt feelings of grieving.
Yes. Like I said, like you have NA and AA, they have grievance groups.
Grievance groups, right?
Yes, I know that there's some in Mount Vernon. I think on Prospect, over here on Prospect in Mount Vernon. I'm not sure. I think like 20 Prospect Avenue in Mount Vernon, places like that. Yeah.
Okay. That we got to slide that camera over because we seeing. I'm gonna get kicked off. Because he's not dressed. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. So anyway, I just hope that people can understand that we have to take a change. We have to make a change in things that we do, and make a change in try and make an effort to make a change. I know that it's hard. I know it's rough, and it's not easy when you lose somebody. Me and Rhonda know it oh so well. It's not easy, and sometimes I haven't got to the point where I'm actually beating myself down. I know that I know that I may be a little bit snappy sometimes, and see, that's the thing we have to do. We have to admit certain things. Yo, I'm a little bit snappy, and then okay, work from there. Because if you don't admit that you have a problem, then the problem is going to continuously go on and go on and go on and go on. You know. So again, for all of those people out there hurt and going through something, um, I'm going to actually play. I'm going to keep playing this clip here. And remember, for those out there that don't believe in it, don't believe it, that's fine. You're welcome to have your feelings, but just take the information, leave the rest, and then go from there. So let me run this. Let me run this real quick. Sorry for this short pause. I'm gonna have all of this stuff together soon. I'm gonna work like a well-oiled machine very soon. Um, so just if you're with us through the hard times, we appreciate that because we know we appreciate the things that you're doing for us and as far as the support is concerned. Again, please like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell. All of those things that we need to do to succeed and stay alive. We need that support from you. So if you can support us on that, we would appreciate that. I'm going to go back into um, Bishop Jakes and some of the words that he says and some of the things that he says. And, as we last heard, he was saying, how long? How long are we going to continuously, hold on to these situations? If it's affecting you, if it's affecting your family, and if it's affecting you from going on and becoming successful, or just if you feel like, and I'm really passionate about this part, if it's affecting your physical body, if it's affecting you where you can't, people don't want to be around you because of your attitude, or you short tempered, then go get help. Go get help. Go get help. Don't just stick around and be around people and make their life miserable, and then continuously, make your life miserable, like you're trying to kill yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Think better of yourself. We have to dream out here. And if we have one person that's out, I mean, we have a lot of people that's on crack. We have a lot of people that's in prison, in the prison system. So we don't really, how are we going to build a black Wall Street when we have everybody caught up? How are we going to be able to help our own if we're all caught up? We have to stop thinking that shooting people is the way to go. Hanging on the block with somebody is the way to go. Because see, you hanging with somebody, you don't know what they did, and then somebody runs up on them because of what they did, and they run and leave you standing there. What's gonna happen? You're gonna die. So we got to really, really look at this situation. Look at, what we're doing in our communities. Um, you know, Bishop Jake, TD Jakes, and Farrakhan, they came together and communicated. We need to start communicating and coming together and stop having this divide, because we're all in the same fight. And stop, like I said, that's why I don't really go too deep with religions and people, because even in the Bible it says flesh will fail you, but God won't. So let me just continue some of this stuff here. And it's not just the church; it's the Muslims. It's certain things that I'm not accepting. It's definitely not the way to go. So let's just take what you can and leave the rest.
How long will you be angry? How long will your blood boil every time you see their image? How long will you keep checking their Facebook page? How long will you keep investigating somebody who's not even thinking about you anymore, and you are an undercover agent trying to see where they're going and who they're talking to and who they took a picture with? It wasn't you. How long will you mourn around the tomb of what didn't work out? I was doing what do you call it, Instagram interview with Devon Franklin, and he was asking me about when I did the talk show. He said, when I didn't get renewed for the second term, he said, were you upset? I said, absolutely. He said, were you disappointed? I said, completely. He said, how do you manage things that don't work out? I said, I moved on. Because I know God. And I know that if God would have meant for that to work for 10 years, he would have made it work for 10 years. And I have enough confidence in him to know that if he wanted it to work, it would work. And if it didn't work, I got up, I washed my face, and I kept on going. And I said, thank you, Lord, for the opportunity. I had the experience. I got to learn things I would have never learned. I got to meet people I would have never met. And I was the first clergy to be on daytime television, on mainstream network. And somebody's going to come behind me and they're going to do it longer and bigger and better. But I was the first, and I'm happy to have been the first. You got to change the way you talk to yourself about what happened in your life, or you will get stuck. I don't know who I'm preaching to, but the Lord sent me here to cause you to get a relief. The Lord sent me here to be your spiritual therapist, to get you back on course again. You are not yourself. You were not created for this. You were not created to feel like this. You were not created to be stuck like this. God didn't bring you out of your mother's womb to get to this point in your life and develop atrophy. God wants your nerves and cells and tissues and blood and bone and muscles to move. Somebody shout, move. Somebody shout, move. Somebody shout, move. That's what you ought to say to grief. That's what you ought to say to fear. That's what you ought to say to anger. That's what you ought to say to disbelief. Move. I will not spend the rest of my life hanging around the cemetery of what could have been, what should have been, what ought to have been. Why seek ye the living amongst the dead? He is risen. He is risen. He is risen. He is risen. And in my Maya Angelou voice, and still I rise. Somebody practice it and say, and still I rise. You ought to clap your hands and praise your God and begin to celebrate. Look at what you've been through, and still I rise. Look at what you endured, and still I rise. Look at what you overcame, and still I rise. Look at what left, and still I rise. Look at what happened to you, and still I rise. I was adopted, but still I rise. I was wounded, but still I rise. Grandma raised me, and still I'm leaving 60 seconds for old-fashioned hand clapping, foot stomping.
Okay, so great information. Let's continue.
over a show, over a job, over a house, over a position. I will rise, and still I rise, and still I rise. Say it again, to come get you. What are you doing? Have you ever had God come down and look at you and say, what are you doing? I have. I've had the Lord come down and speak to me and say, why are you acting crazy? Why are you crying? Most of the time God asks why is over how we handle our emotions. God told Cain, why is thy countenance fallen? The king told Nehemiah, why is your countenance fallen? The angels told Mary, why seek ye the living amongst the dead? God walked through the garden of Adam, where art thou? What are you doing? Samuel, how long? How long? You weeping over Saul longer than the children of Israel wept over Moses. They gave Moses 30 days. They said, all right, I'm going to eat ice cream for 30 days. Ice cream and Oreo cookies for 30 days. I'm going to cry till I run out of tears for 30 days. After that, God said spoke to Joshua, as I was with Moses, so shall I be with you. And they got up and they went on into the promised land. You got.
Okay, so I mean, listen, I mean, it's real simple. It's real simple. You know, I mean, everything is a lot of the problems that we have in is mental, and a lot of the problems that we're having is mental, and that's what keeps us in this place. So you have to remember, you have to change the way you think. You have to change the way, you know. And let me tell you something. It's not to say that hurt is not going to come, because hurt is always going to be there. You know, it's always going to be there. You're always going to, you know, have a moment where you're going to, you know, feel that pain. You may feel like that loneliness, like, you know, my brother that's been with me all my life is not here anymore. You know, and I've been through that. I mean, I've actually, you know, you think about all the stuff that you and your brother talked about, you know, me and my brother talked about, that nobody knows about, that he knows about me. You know, you know, the stuff that we shared, you know, how we came up and how I was singing, we used to do wop, and you know, only he knows the history. For me, it's like that's gone. But what I'm doing is I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing right now in his name, and I'm going to continue to do my program in his name. And I'm not doing this for anybody else but me and my brother and the people that need help, that I can give help to, or with whoever, you know, I can affect their lives, you know, in a positive way. You know, and that's what I live for. I don't know what anybody else lives for. You know, I'm out here. You can unmute yourself, Rhonda, if you want. Um, you know, I'm out here. Um,
You're correct. Yeah.
you know, yeah, and you know that's basically my focus. You know, my focus is going to the next level. You know, looking at the situation where, damn, why have I not reached to this next level? Is because I had so many deaths in my family. I mean, one year I lost 7 people in one year. Okay, and you know
I
that was
1 week.
yeah, yeah. You
I
know,
did it
so
in 1 week.
so I mean, it's not a good thing. You know, you have to overcome it. I had to deal with it myself. I wanted to you know, soothe myself. What do you call that? when you want to drink a drink, you want to self medicate, because you angry because of this, so this ain't working out and this ain't working out, and we find ourselves smoking and drinking and smoking too much and just constantly just smoking too much. And what it does is actually going to affect us somehow. And we have to love ourselves a little bit more. And anybody that ain't, listen, this is the most important thing. If they not with you, then they're against you. Okay? If they're not doing the right thing in their life, right, and they're not trying to achieve like you, then you cannot have them in your life, because what's going to happen is they're pulling you down. They're pulling you down, and you cannot rise when you have a crab holding on to your feet. So you go to that corner. Am I saying something?
Well, I feel like this, on your journey, nobody should be left behind. You shouldn't leave nobody behind, because maybe that's not where you're at right then and there, but maybe tomorrow they can be there. So, like you say, you pray for them and you lead by example. You try to guide them to other support networks, because maybe you're not it. Maybe they need something more. Maybe they can't find it the way you found it. That doesn't mean they're not going to never find it. So my thing is, leave no man behind. And even in the army, they say, leave no man behind. Even if his limits cut off, leave no man behind. God said, leave no man behind. So,
I mean, they do that in the military.
No. They do not leave men behind. What they do is they go forward and then they come back with more.
That's what I'm saying.
They come back with more.
That's what I'm saying.
See, they do not leave nobody behind.
Right.
In the army, they never leave no one behind.
Okay.
Nah. That's not the goal. You never leave no one behind. Even if their leg is torn off, you do not leave them behind. You leave that leg behind, but you do not leave the man behind. Leave that dead leg behind.
Right.
And drag that man.
Okay.
Drag that man.
Okay, so now that we left his leg and we're dragging that man, how's he going to get a new leg?
Prosthetics. He can get prosthetics.
But his leg is over in another country, and they got his DNA.
And that leg is gone. We lose body parts every day. That does not make you a whole. You can lose an arm, leg, an arm, leg, a line, but you still got a head. You still got a nose. You still got a face. No matter what's left behind, you still have something there.
Did I hear arm and leg? You got arm and head?
It doesn't matter. Unless there's still something, you can have an eyeball left. It's still something there. And until you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like you got to your place, that person needs to get to their place. But never step on them and say, you will never get to where I'm at. Because guess what? Somebody never thought you would get there either.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we never thought you would get there either, but you did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did.
Okay. So, like I said, leave no man.
It's still a work in progress, but I'm just saying, about the leg. I mean, I would expect that they would pick up the leg too and bring it. I would.
No. Cause see, sometimes you can look at it, right? If it's blue, if it's green, it's gangrene. It can't be saved, honey.
Right.
Now, if you see a little bit something there, okay, yeah, drag it too. But
Yeah.
if you can't, it's dead weight. It's dead weight. Now you got the man going, and then what you go carry the leg in the other arm? Come on, that's too much. And then you got the canteen and everything. Come on, now you're putting too much on your shoulders that you just can't bear. You
Can't,
just cannot bear it, and both of y'all are gonna go down.
can't you put the leg inside your bag, inside your knapsack?
No, 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 no. You know why? You know what? Because if you put it in the bag, right? By the time you get where you're going, it's gonna be dead anyway. They cannot retrieve it unless you put it in ice, honey. If it ain't on ice, you cannot save it.
Yeah, I like 1800 on ice. I tell you that I could use a drink. But
Well, you know what? Then you get that drink, and then when you know what, you get that drink, and we're gonna take that leg and we're gonna put it on ice if we can, and
all
we
right,
can't, we just can't.
I appreciate it. I know not to never lose my leg around you.
That's right. Cause
Yeah.
guess what? I might take you
Uh-huh.
if I think the leg is all right and it can be saved. I will. And if not, Maurice, then guess what? I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna say, Maurice, guess what? We get you a new one. And if
Okay.
not, guess what? I got two. Guess what? I got two. And your one, that makes three, right? And
Yeah.
with the two arms, listen, we can hop along and we can still be best friends. At
Well,
the end of the day, we still
it,
gonna be a pair.
it works. It works. I know I got it. Just as
Have a
long
pair, but we gonna be pair.
I listen, I'm with you all the way. I just, there's certain things that I would not want to leave behind, that I need in my, social, like, my social life. So, I mean, if you take my leg, you can take my leg. Just don't take my other leg, and we'll be fine. But anyway, listen,
Some people don't need that other leg. Oh, well,
yeah,
we're gonna leave the other leg alone because some people don't need it because they don't think with it. They don't even need it.
yeah.
That other leg, they don't even need it.
Oh God, I think that's always needed, though. I think that leg is definitely needed, but that's definitely another
Not
story.
if it's a limp. Not if it's limp.
That's
Not if
pretty.
it's that doorknob. Not if limp. Nah, limp. Limp is limp and limp on and let's keep moving.
Oh boy, that was a tough one. You're a hard cookie, boy. I swear, you're tough. You're leaving
I'm
legs
just saying,
behind. You
it is what it is. Like they say, tell it like it is. What your show said. What you said the show is.
like it really is.
Okay, so I'm telling like it really is. This is Mama Rhonda, and Mama Rhonda is gonna tell it like it really is.
I know that's
And
right.
that is one thing.
But
Every opinion is valid.
well, let me go into. I mean, I don't. I'm going a little bit off topic here, right? And being that you said length, thank God that I'm definitely not experiencing any of that. But what is that? Why is that? If a person has that kind of a problem, would you still be with that person, or not? Why is that? But if a person is having those kind of issues where limpness is in play, and they can't get around the mulberry bush in time, and they can't break it down to the last compound, and is does that person get put in the garbage, or how do you help that person out, or do you keep them? Do you love them?
Well, guess what? Like I said, I never met anybody. God never made garbage. In my book, God never made garbage. Because had he made garbage, none of us would be here. We would all be in the dumpster.
Mm.
God never made garbage. I
Wow.
just said,
So that means what you're saying is just no matter what, we have to love everybody.
exactly. Meet people where they are. Because what happens is, once you put expectations on people, you're always going to fall short because it's not them, it's you. You
Mm.
see, when you want somebody to be where you want them to be, they're just not there. You can't pull nobody where you want them to be. They're going to be where they're going to be, and that's it. And sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I got to love them for who they are. And because at the end of the day, you're only responsible for you, not nobody else. You're only responsible for yourself. You can try You could try to lend a helping ear or whatever, but you are not responsible for nobody else but yourself. Because at Judgment Day, when you meet your maker, are they going with you? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, that's
I'm
definitely.
just saying, you're going to be there alone, just like that leg, alone on the side. But the man came before God, right? The man is in front of God, but that leg is right back there by itself.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
No. Listen. You want to leave the leg behind? It's fine with me. Listen. I got,
it can be even the ear. It could be the
Yeah.
ear too. Well, I'm just saying, a ear, a leg, I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
not leaving nothing behind unless I have, unless it does not suffice. And
Right.
I don't think a human being or anybody is not suffice. Everybody should be accountable. Everybody is held accountable. And if they're not, then guess what? Each one teach one. Help them.
That's a fact.
If you're not gonna be if you're not gonna be a solution to the problem, don't be at all. That's all I'm saying. If you cannot help with the solution or kind of try to help with the solution, don't bother at all. Just keep it moving. Nobody's
Or what happens is right. So if you can't be a help for the solution, just keep it moving. Right.
basically
Yeah. I
because
mean.
what's gonna happen is why should you hinder somebody else? Or why should you play judge and jury to somebody else? Or who gave you the right
Mhm.
to condemn anybody else when Jesus Christ don't condemn you? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, there's. I mean, it's not just a Jesus Christ. There's
Or
people
Jesus Christ have power, or anybody, your mother, your father,
who
your
did.
niece, your
It's
nephew,
just.
your cousin,
Yeah. Yeah. I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
there's all different kind of
Call it what you want. Call
and
it what you want. The table leg, call it what you want.
I get it. I mean, again, I mean, speaking on like what we've been talking about as far as, people that are passing away, and people that are not focusing on. I think we was having a conversation about. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought there just for a minute there, but it'll definitely come back within a second.
Cause you still talk about that leg, still, cause you still back there with that leg. That's what's
Well,
going on.
I'm not. The leg is one thing, and it's always good to keep your legs
Don't leave them
together.
behind.
Yeah, definitely good for that one. I just don't want to start no trouble up on this YouTube. But yeah, it's we're in a serious time right now, and we really need to start supporting each other, and sometimes you can't reach people because sometimes people don't want to listen, and some people don't want to hear what you have to say. But I would employ people to try to listen, try to if somebody comes up to you and says, you kind of snappy and you kind of, your whole mentality is kind of messed up, or if they say it in the right way, just take it in. If somebody says it that doesn't if it doesn't sound like malice, then just take it in, because obviously people love you, and yeah, obviously people love you, And you know, you just threw me off with that leg. I'm still at the leg. I'm, you know, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna you know, understand, you know, you know, more about grief and grieving, and try to help and support people. So if you uh, wow, that didn't supposed to come. But if you're looking to look for some kind of a grieving center, and you need help with that situation, you know, feel free. Um, I don't have my phone with me, so you're not texting me, right? Um, I
No.
grief is definitely we have to work on, because we affect people, and you know, we're affecting loved ones, and you know, just, you know, to stop, let it go, you know, and then work on yourself and work on change. You know, I think that's really important. We
Yeah.
almost we almost hitting that 2 hour mark. Let me let me see if I can play a little more of what he got to say, and I'll come on back. Let me go to my phone because I don't know, I'm getting messages. Okay, I'm cool. Okay, so let's go back and hear what else he has to say about this thing we call grieving.
Got a promised land waiting on you. You got a promised land waiting.
Okay, be right with you. Definitely be right with you. Okay, all right, let's go to the audio. Oh, we're gonna get this together.
Can I go deeper? Grief lives in the past. Grief lives in the past. It breathes old memories. That's its oxygen. It breathes old memories. Grief lives in the past, but grace looks forward to the future. That means grace and grief are fighting in you, for you. Grief is trying to keep you tied to the millstone of what happened, and grace is down there with its welding equipment trying to cut the chain. Grace liberates, grief incarcerates. Grief so incarcerates that you can get married again, and you're not married again. Because the first time he said something remind you of your ex-husband, you flip absolutely out. I just asked you what time dinner was, and you threw a butcher knife at me over that. He don't know you're not throwing at him, you throwing at your ex. You're a polygamist. You're a polygamist. I don't care what the paper says. You're a polygamist. You are still married to your past, your old job, your old life, your old parents, your old this, your old that, your old house, everything. I used to live over on White Rock Lake, and when I moved out of that house, I think it was about at least 6 years before I ever even drove past it again. Somebody said, all them memories and all those years you lived in the house, well, don't you ever go by there and drive past it? And I said, no. Why would I go back there? I sold it.
Important message right
It's
there.
gone. I made a good profit off of that house. I profited too much off that house to go back and visit it as a place of defeat. What did you profit out of what you've been through? God will never use what you lost. He will always use what you have left. Oh God, God, I'm preaching to somebody. Who am I preaching to? Hit me up. Say something to me. If I'm preaching to you, make some noise. If the Holy Spirit is, yeah, give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Born with oil and go. Fill the horn. God said, I want your horn to be as full of oil as your heart has been full of grief. Fill thine horn with oil. Lift your hands for a moment. Just for a moment. Lift your hands in his presence and just start worshiping him right out of your mouth right now. And to be cut away, that's sacrifice. In order to be anointed, there must be sacrifice. The oil won't flow in your comfort zone. The oil won't flow. I want to be anointed. I want a double portion. I want. Shut up. Because the oil will not flow where there is no blood. You got lost in the presence of God and you really got immersed in the Holy Spirit and God really cleaned you out, or overwhelming, or treated us as substitute husbands. With oil, and you lose who you were created to be because of who you've had to be.
Let's repeat that again.
And go. Fill your horn with oil and go. Fill your horn with oil and go. Fill your horn with oil and go. Say it. Fill your horn with oil and go. Say it again. Fill your horn. Pure in heart shall see God. The word pure is where we get catheter, where God cleans you out, where he cleans you out. When was the last time you had a gully washing, soul quenching, thirst renewing power of the Holy Spirit to gush through you or and go? This is why we get stuck, because we internalize everything. And the only emotion we're given permission to feel is anger. At least women get theirs out. They open up, they cry, they vent, they get on the phone, they talk to each other, they do stuff. We do nothing but hold it in and develop dysfunctions. We have not given ourselves permission to feel hurt, so we immediately convert it to anger. We internalize the anger. And really, we're just grieving. We're grieving over fathers who never paid us any attention, or never raised us, or never acknowledged us, or mothers who were overbearing, or overwhelming, or treated us as substitute husbands. And I'm going to try to help you, because these women make the mistake of marrying angry men, because women always think they can fix you. And they want to be your oil, but they can't. And we go to church, but we don't really worship, because we think it's not masculine to really worship. So we sit. and we wonder why we're not being transformed, is because our horn has no oil in it. We're bitter about what happened to us as boys. We're bitter about what happened to us in life, on jobs where we were not treated fairly. We're bitter about aging. We're bitter about all kinds of things that are happening to our lives, to our bodies, to our families, to our finances. We're bitter because we don't feel appreciated. We're bitter because we don't feel acknowledged. We're bitter because we gave ourselves to people who never gave themselves back to us. We're bitter because we have a love language that the people we love don't understand. Am I coming down your street? And we go to church, but church is not coming to us. This is not just a feminine issue. There are grieving men in this room who have little boy issues, fatherhood issues. There are grieving men in this room who are grieving about sons we lost, that we thought they would grow up and love us, and they don't. There are grieving men in this room who feel rejected, not by the woman who left, but by the woman you got. And you're only staying in the house. You ain't married, you just stay there. But while you're staying there, you're grieving, and you are self-medicating your own problems. And when I start talking about fill your horn with oil, the woman bowed out of shape, all that kind of stuff, it goes right over your head because you don't think I'm talking to you. I'm talking right to you. Now, both the women and the men hear me good. If this message spoke to you and you know you got some work to do, just you stand to your feet.
I ain't totally dressed, but I'm standing.
Okay, you know what we need? Oh, that's almost everybody. I can almost see the people on the internet standing up. Somebody got their laptop on like this. You know what the church needs universally? We need oil. We need the oil of the Holy Spirit to really come into our life in a vibrant and functional way. What does that mean, Bishop? Do I stop by Kroger's and get some oil? No, silly. The oil I'm talking about is the oil of the Holy Spirit. Now, nobody can put oil on you. You have to seek it. You have to seek God for a greater expression of His glory to fall in your life. Come into my oil. God.
All right. So, listen, that was excellent and, very informative. And I didn't want to go too far into it because then they start that jumping and shouting and there's a whole nother story. So in ending of this situation, I think, I think that, what do you think? What are your feelings about it? Forget what I think. Rhonda, you unmute your mic. Oh, there you go. You muted it again.
Trying. Okay. There you go. He had a lot to say. I agree with some of the stuff. I can agree with some of the stuff.
Some of the stuff?
Yeah, like you said. Some things are for you, something, take what you can, the others.
Oh yeah. That's a fact. Take what works for you and
yeah. So, I mean, he had a lot to say. I mean, he's on point with a lot of what he's saying about the grieving, you know, and like I said, there's different stages of grieving, and grieving, like he said, is not just always somebody passing away. It's not grieving is not always just somebody passing away.
Yeah,
You
that's a
can
fact.
grieve for many things.
That's it. That's it. And yeah, you can. And you can losing a relationship, you
And,
know.
and, and not only that, like the worst grieving you could, oh man, the worst thing is being spiritually bankrupt.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a big problem.
I don't, and see, when you were saying some people just don't get it, I don't think they don't get it. Some people just are spiritually bankrupt, you know, and there's a difference when there's a void missing that can't be filled versus a hole that's there, and you don't know what that hole is. You don't know where to even start to dig yourself out of it because you don't even know how you got into it. You know, and when that hole is there, it's deep, and a lot of times it doesn't have nothing to do with filling it up. Sometimes you don't even want to fill it up. You just want to patch it or cover it up or even run from it because the hole is just that big. You run around it. You try to see how you can get under it. You just don't want to fill it because you're not ready. You
And
understand?
and that's painful. That's painful and hurtful because inside the broken heart and inside there's tears, right? And holding that all inside without letting it come out and without having a shoulder to cry on, you know, it turns a person into a very angry individual.
But it's not. Sometimes it's not even a shoulder to cry on. Sometimes it's just not knowing, being lost.
Yeah, but
You
there's a such thing as unlost, okay? Because you have to unlose yourself because that's going deep down in the bucket and that's being pulled down as in the anchor and allowing you to drown. When somebody comes into your life and says, "Listen, let's here, take my hand. Let's do this together." Okay, there's a reason why he wants to do this together with that person because that person that he sees down there, he wants to pull them up and support them because he feels like they need that support. Now, will
yeah.
that person grab the hand? Will that person accept the things they cannot change?
If they
I
can,
don't know.
if they're ready, but if they're ready, but that means if they're ready,
Yeah,
you can want for somebody. Like you know. You ever heard this saying? You ever heard that saying? Um, I will. Um, you ever heard that saying? I'll hurt for you until you can hurt for yourself.
I'll hurt for
I'm
you.
gonna feel your hurt until you can hurt for yourself. Because sometimes that person don't even know how to hurt for themselves because they're just not there yet.
I never heard
You,
of that. I
you
never
can
heard
feel
of
the
that.
pain. You can feel that pain.
I could
The
feel it.
pain for that person, but that person don't even feel it for
Oh
themselves
yeah, no, I do.
because
No,
they not fair. They don't even know.
yeah,
Like depression, right? You ever seen somebody go into a deep depression and didn't even know they was going into it
yeah,
because they thought it was normal
yeah.
until
But
somebody stopped and told them, "Listen, you look like you're depressed," and they're like, "Huh? No, I'm not. What are you talking? What is depressed? Remember when we first started out talking and I told you about the those lists about what depression is?
Yeah. You
Oh,
talking?
all those things.
Yeah, we talked about how you can be diagnosed yourself by answering these questions that are given.
And that thing is, but wait, but hold on.
And once you
But
make
what if you thought it was the norm? What if you thought for you it was the just normal? Until somebody said, wait a minute, honey, that's not normal. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we just don't know. It's a learned behavior, or sometimes.
Yeah, but how do you get across to somebody that you care about, right? And see, this is the problem. Getting it across to somebody that you care about. That's why, sometimes you can't help everybody because, I've ran into situations with people that, I see that you have a mental problem and I see you struggling with certain things, but I can't do it. And if I step into that pool, sometimes it pulls me down. But then when being that I help people and I try to be nice, I step into the pool, but at the same time, I'm not going to allow you to pull me down. I'm going to eventually let you go. See, I'm the brave one. I'm the lifeguard that'll jump into the water to come save you, right? But if you try to grab me by my neck, okay, all right, then we have certain moves that we have to do in order to get out of that situation.
I'll come
But if
back.
you grab me by my neck a certain way
I'll
and
come
I can't get it, you're gonna take me down with you. So, you know, um, that's what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people really after this show, and I'm dead serious, if you have a mental issue or you feel like you're feeling tingling or you feel, you're hearing things, don't just keep on going on with what I'm saying, with the with the drama. Go get help. Go seek some kind of help. I know somebody that's telling me that told me that somebody keeps following them. That they keep following them. There's always a drama situation, and the thing is, I can't help that person. And the only way that person, and just like narcissism and all kinds of other stuff, people don't identify from other people. I can't tell you because you're going to lash out on me, right? So you lash out on me, I back up. Now, what's going to happen to you? You're either going to die, or you're going to be in a hospital, or you're going to be in jail. Okay, because nobody can confront you. Nobody can step to you because you have a hard head, because you don't want to listen. You don't
But
want to
then
look at me. You don't
you
want to look
can't
at my
save everybody.
example. Now, you don't want to look at me as an example and say, okay, you know what?
But somebody can't, you can't save everybody. That's not your job. That is not your job
Well,
to
what
try
happens if
to
I
save
make it my
everybody.
job?
That's
What happens
not
if I
your
try to make it
job.
my job? Not to save everybody, but to save people.
Okay. But guess what? Guess what? You too got to remember you are only a man. Only God. Only God. Only God can do certain things.
Well, so
You.
what happens if I told you God is in me? God is in me. So that's why I
Okay.
do what I do. I am God. What happens if I told you that? Ah,
Okay, listen now. And then I would say to you, if you're God, you don't have to pull that person with you. Because even God said, I'm not going to force my people. My people, I'll wait for my people to come to me. I can't force myself upon my people. Even God and Jesus Christ said that. God gives you the will. God gives you a choice to follow him. And if you're not ready yet, he says, okay, my son, I will wait. I will be here. I will be here for you when you're ready. He never said, I'm going to force you to come with me. Nah, it don't work that way. Because just for today, we just can't do that. We don't have that much power. We don't have that much power over another individual. And until you realize that, you will always fall short. You will always feel like you're not adequate. You will always feel like you're less than. You will always feel like you're not making a difference. You will always feel like, oh, that one got away. Oh, I could not have saved that one. And then what happens? You pulling yourself down. You're pulling yourself down in that pity pot. Because guess what? You just went down with that person when you just said, I ain't going down there to get nobody. I'll be there to help them up, but I ain't going in the devil's den to get them. See, that's what it's about. You cannot want for nobody more than they want for themselves. You cannot. It's impossible.
Okay, so let me say this. So let me say what I do.
You can see something in them. And you can inspire them. You can encourage them. And you can be there for them. But you cannot make them.
You can't make them.
You can't make them do anything.
Can't make nobody do anything.
Okay. So therefore,
right?
With that comment you made, I am God. What if I was God? What if you was God? God don't even do that.
Well, let me explain.
He don't make people come into church. He don't make people come into church.
So let me explain to you.
He don't make people come into church. He sent his missionaries out there.
So the angels, right? So let me go on to the angels, right? So God has these angels, right? This is what they learn in church. They learn that God has these angels, and these angels are, they set out to do certain things and help to guide, certain people in positive ways, or just hover over people. Is that what it says in the word, or I don't know?
No.
So tell me, what's an angel?
That's not what it says.
What's an angel? That's a whole nother conversation.
Because that's not what it says.
Okay.
That is not what it says. Go, angels, go out there and get no. Angels surround you. Hold on. Angels are there to surround you and comfort you. Right. Okay? And when the struggle and the fight get too much, they might try to lend a helping hand. But if you are too deep and you push away from them, there's nothing they could do.
Right. So there's angels out there.
Nothing they can do.
You might not call them gods, but you might call them angels.
Hold on. Hold on. Satan was an angel also.
Yeah, he went the wrong way, right?
Satan was an angel also.
Okay.
Until he became a fallen.
Right.
Okay, so that is saying what? What are you saying?
I'm saying that everybody has a duty on this earth, right? And whatever you have that's inside of you that makes you do good, then that needs to be the inspiration to your journey.
Exactly.
And if it is that it makes you feel, and it makes you feel good by doing it, then it is something that is in you. Now, yeah, you will sometimes go into the pot of water, okay? And sometimes you have to realize that the Most High will protect you when you go into that pot of water. Okay, certain people can't do it. Okay,
It's the
because
full armor of
because
God.
right. So if you have that protective shield, right, you'll be fine. But if you're not protected and you go into that water thinking that you can save somebody else and you can't save yourself, you don't have an armor, you don't have any protection, you're not gonna make it out.
Okay, and that's why if you notice right when they say right when a pastor or anybody go somewhere, they don't go by themselves. You go in twos or threes. You never ever go alone because those demons will jump right on you. So you
Well,
have to always have backup. You
well
have
then
to always have a backup.
then I must have been fighting with the demons because I go in alone.
Oh, so what you're trying to tell me? You're on this earth by yourself. There's nobody else around you, and Maurice is just doing everything on his own with
In,
no
in
help, no support, no nothing.
I have help from you with this show. Um, I've worked in with Xavier in my community, and I've had maybe one or two people helping. But it's not a mass of people. When it comes down,
It has to be a
when it
mass of
comes down,
people, but without the
when it
people,
comes down to,
how
when
is
it comes down to going out, when it comes to
how is
going
there gonna
out
be a
into the
salvation
field,
if there's no people?
yeah, but when it comes down
I
to
don't
going
see it.
out into the field, that is kind of difficult because people don't want to go out there. They don't want to go to the homeless shelter. They don't want to speak to the person on the corner. They don't want to talk to the bum and sit down and have a conversation with them. So, or go into the AIDS program and pull somebody out and get inspire them
But these
because
are called
they're 18 years old
no,
and
no,
they have
no.
AIDS.
But that's what that see that's what see, that's why that's called ministry. Okay.
That's an
Now,
angel. That
wait,
means that you're
whoa.
doing something for the Most
That
High.
is a gift God gave you. No. No. Whoa. Now, this is what I'm going to say to you.
Okay, get it. Go ahead, sit tight, cause we about
This
what?
is something. This is something that is a gift from God that God gave you.
Right.
He gave you that. He
Uh,
he he gave you that gravity to people when people gravitate towards you. Because without him, they would not just come to you. No. There's no such thing. You understand what I'm saying? You would have
right.
that ability. You're a vessel. That is all you are. All you are is a vessel. But you are not God. You are a vessel.
So
That's all you
isn't the angel a vessel of God?
are. We anybody could be a vessel. Listen, anybody could be a vessel. Anybody that have love, go by the words in the book, love, humility, compassion, have sympathy, empathy, all that.
Yeah.
That's all spirituality. That is all a spirituality realm. That dwells within you.
Yeah, but
Everybody has that. Listen.
yeah, but
Anybody has it.
you have
But
all of that. But if you're
whether
not
or
doing,
not they
if
are
you're not
able,
doing,
no, whether or not they want to, use it,
all right, you better talk. Go ahead now. Go ahead
whether or
now.
not they want to use it is on them. But
All right.
everybody has the ability.
Right.
Everybody has compassion if they want to.
Right.
So no man is better than the other. Everybody has that ability. The gift is discernment. Everybody has that. We all have. We all God said He gave all of us gifts. He gave all of us gifts. You understand?
That's a fact.
Not one or two or three or four. No. We were all built in His image. I don't
But
care
you,
what.
but you have to find your gift. You have to find your gift. You have
No,
to
it's not
find
finding.
the
No, it's
gift.
not finding it. It's activating. No, it's not finding it. Because you know you have it. Now, whether you want to activate it and
Okay.
use it is on you.
That
But you
oh,
have it. You have the ability to do it. It's up to you whether or not you want to use it.
Right.
It's a choice. See, that's a choice that we have. That's what I'm saying. We all have choices, whether you want to do it or not. Whether I want to knock somebody over their head and take their pocketbook, or whether I want to take the next man and help him up the steps, or help him out of the bed, is different. But we all have the ability to do something. It's whether or not we take it to that level. That's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? We
Right.
all are capable of it. But are we all willing and able to do it? That is what matters. That's where it lies at. So you're not unique by far. You just felt more, maybe, or have more
Strength.
support. No, not strength. More support networks, or maybe more areas where you say, "Oh, wait, hold on. I got somebody over here that may be able to help that person. Let me go talk to them." That doesn't mean the other man couldn't have done it. He just didn't have the resources to be able to do it.
Well,
or maybe he didn't have the
there's a lot of
time,
people,
or didn't want to take the time out.
but a lot of people don't have the skills in order to do it
Not a
too.
skill.
And
This is what I'm
yes, it
saying.
is, because when it comes down, say if you're trying to get an apartment, right? If you don't have if you don't know about how to speak or how to handle a situation, how to confront people in a professional way, you know what I'm saying? You have to know how to do all of these things, because if you don't have that together, or if you don't know what to do, knowledge is first, wisdom is second.
But if you're not open-minded, to it, then you're not going to have it anyway.
That's a
If
fact.
you are not willing to be open-minded to do it, you just ain't going to have it.
Right.
I don't care what it is.
Right.
If you're not open-minded and you're not going to take the tools and you're not going to use them, you're just not going to do it.
Well, I'm trying to stay open-minded. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay open-minded. You know what I'm saying? And that's important.
On a positive, and that's why certain people are advocates over others, because some people have that strong will, that strong mind, and they are able to speak up when others are passive. And
If you see, but see, this is where, let me just say one thing real quick, right? When we cut off TD Jakes, right, he was saying something about sacrifice, right? Right? He was saying about sacrifice. There's always got to be a sacrifice, right? And so this is what I've sacrificed. I've sacrificed myself.
But is it a sacrifice, or it's not a sacrifice? You're not sacrificing anything. Because if it was a sacrifice, no, you're not sacrificing anything. This is something that you are willing to do. This is okay. So, all right, you're willing to do this. You want to do this. A sacrifice is something that is laid before you. You have no choice. That's a sacrifice. You had a choice. No, you had a choice. No, you had a choice.
Yeah, I may have had a choice.
And you chose to do what you're doing today.
I chose to sacrifice.
No, you're choosing to do. You're choosing to do what you do today. You're choosing. Keep it real. You are choosing to do what you're doing today. Nobody's making you do it. Is somebody making you do it? Or is it a conscious decision that you choose to make to do it?
Yeah, you're making me do it.
Okay.
No, I'm only kidding. I don't know. No, it is. It's definitely something that.
Sacrifice. Right. A sacrifice is something that's laid before. I sacrifice you. I'm going to throw you on the altar. I'm going to make you do. That's a sacrifice.
Okay. I guess what I'm really trying to say is that, I lost a lot, behind a lot of different things, and that trying to do right, good, you know, for people. And I did lose a lot, and that's why I say sacrifice. Um, I could have been a lot more, did a lot more, but I made
Where you supposed to
a
be.
decision, and
Right where you're supposed to be.
yeah, I picked the, other
You're
everybody,
right where you're supposed to be.
you know, go get this and go get that, and I chose to be here, and
You're right where you're supposed to be.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. This was definitely a great,
That's why
great
I
show.
love you.
Hey, I love you too. I
That's
love
why
you.
I love you. Because you're right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
are right where you're supposed to be.
But
So
I
let the next man be where they're supposed to be.
that's a fact. That's a total
Just that
fact.
simple. Just that simple.
That is
And
a,
if you can lend a hand and help them on the way up, then you can. If you can't,
if I can lend it right, right. If I can lend it way to yeah, that's a fact. That's a
then
total.
it's not gonna take nothing from you, and it's not gonna give nothing to you. You just gonna come out even because it is gonna be what it's gonna be. No,
Yeah, and the thing about it is that I really believe that the things that I do is God is going to bless me in the future, and
only he can. Cause man, dad gonna show him.
and if
Man won't.
whatever comes my way, I just feel like I'm just going to do continuously doing what I'm supposed, do the right thing, and stay focused on the dream. I've been doing this since 1984. I haven't really had any big financial backers or anything like that. I've been doing it pretty much, on my own dime. And
But you've been doing it, right?
oh yeah, yeah,
You've been doing it. So the
yeah,
higher powers allowing you to do it. Cause
yeah.
that's what you're supposed to be doing.
And I just know, like I said, when you do good, it comes back to you, and that's a blessing. But this has definitely been an informative show. You know, definitely got a lot of stuff out. Um, let's give Mama Rhonda a round of applause. For her love that she is spreading with us.
No, let's give you one. Let's give you one. And now give you one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we definitely want to definitely give all you people out there, positive feedback. You know, um, as far as the words that Mama Rhonda just dropped on us. What I'm saying, that positive outlook that she's got. You know, um, she is definitely special and a special part of my life. And I love you, my sister. And I just hope that what we do here. I think if we can reach somebody, one person, it doesn't matter how many, one, two, three, if we can reach somebody and we can make a difference in their life, I think that things will work out with everything. So um, let me just get a round of applause for the show, and and all you listeners out there that's listening to us. We definitely love you and appreciate you for everything that you've done. Remember to like and subscribe, to our page. Look, if you missed everything, go to the front of this show and check out what we say. Just like and subscribe. We're trying to stay on YouTube. And if you can go to YouTube, like it really is, with Bamboo and Friends, that would be appreciated. Also, you can go if you want to be a part of the SAVIR program. SAVIR means Stop Anger, Unfold Violence, Educate and Redeem. That's a step up program. We're going to be going outside on location to find some kids that are going through problems and struggling, and we're going to have our banner out. We're going to be in Manhattan, New York. We're going to be hitting a few parks before the summer ends, and a few locations in New York City and New Jersey. So just look forward for that. Anybody that would like to participate in um, our um, family communication group, where we talk about stuff and we get things off our chest, and it's just like a family. If you want to be a part of this, hit me in the DM, and let me know you want to be a part of this grieving, or just a part of the family. You know, we show nothing but love for the people that's a part of the family, um, and we support a lot of people. We give out advice. If you're in the New York area and you're trying to get a voucher, or you're trying to find apartments to live, or you're trying to anything that you're trying to do, give us a call. Our email is up on our page, or you can hit me in the DM. Rhonda, you have any last words? Anything that you definitely I'm gonna talk for a minute to give you that moment to think about it. The last words, I'm gonna give it to you, because I don't know you for some.
My thing is,
Uh-oh, there she go. Cut me up. Yeah, take over, baby.
not just in the New York area, because I'm in Westchester County.
Okay, all right now. All right,
Oh,
Westchester.
God. Don't forget us little ones out here that are not in the 5 boroughs,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, because y'all can, like I said, drag us, leave the leg, but y'all can drag us with y'all too. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Anyway, that's a beautiful thing, and thank you for that last word. Love you so much, and we're gonna end it. You know how we end this thing. We always, do it the same way, the same way. You know, we appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you for watching. Remember, like and subscribe. Thank you for showing up, Rhonda. We love you, baby. Yeah, yeah.
I
All right,
got
now
you.
check it out.